Good morning, y'all. Afternoon, evening, wherever you may be. I got in a trade, so I figured I might as well record something for you. Ooh, I'm going to go ahead and take my first one out here. Let me tell you why. I'm pulling up to the zero line. We haven't had a lot of a reaction to the upside so far. So I'm going to be a little bit cautious. I'm going to pull this down to right at the low. Do I think this could break through? Yeah. It didn't do a huge reaction to the pullback to the downside, but this one right here is making me I'm questioning it a little bit. I'm going to give it a moment. Zero line didn't do anything. I'll turn these off. I kind of get in my way. All right. I have a meeting in about 30 minutes, so I don't think I'm sticking around very long today. Man, I really don't want to leave this here, though. I want to kind of pull it off just a little bit. And let's look at where this has the possibility of going. Just in the immediate, 61%, there's 100%. Let's look in a little bit longer term. Now, if you watched my video from yesterday, which I hope you did, what I discussed was what I was anticipating. And it pretty much did it. It came down, it pulled down to that bottom longer term EMA. We did overrun the areas, not by a lot, and then look what happened. Pulled back above, rolled off the zero line, continuing up, rolling off the zero line here. Kind of slow and weakness to going up, so I'm going to be a little cautious as it's reaching this area. And we've got some major potential for divergences. Right here. Major potential for divergence right here. This could be a possible head and shoulders type pattern, but typically when you have really strong EMAs coming out of head and shoulders pattern, the head and shoulders does not do its job. I do not want to see this pull all the way back here. Ooh, although it's looking like it might. I want to give it a breather, just a moment. We got a great space for it to pull right here and take back off. I actually really need to be one tick behind here. Typically what we say is 2 ticks behind the area. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which puts us right there. Yeah, I could very easily come back and touch that support area and go right back up. But I'm going to kind of keep an eye on this for just a moment. I'm not loving it, but I'm not hating it yet either. I really like the way this is pushed outside of that top Bollinger Band. It does give me a little bit more confidence that this is just going to pull down and go back up. Now, what could it do? Come all the way back to here and then go back up before it does. It looks like. Ooh, man. Ooh, doggy. My really good decision would have been to get out here. But now I feel like I'm in this, right? I feel like I'm waiting for this. Still hasn't crossed that bottom Bollinger Band. We're still below the area. So, we're good for the moment. It may come back and take us. That will not be the end of the world if it does. We'll still have actually, no, we would have a little bit of a loss if it comes back and takes us at this point. This is my least favorite thing in the world to hold through, is a pullback. And it looks like I need to go ahead and exit this trade. Sitting a little far from my screen. Oh, yeah. Let's see. Oh, we're good. We're still right here. We're still right at that bottom Bollinger Band. Here's a nice little reversal bar. That's even a great place to possibly add more. I do not like how this is outside. I gotta remember, it's the 610. It doesn't run the show. I'm not going to let this give me a loss. Guys, this isn't looking good. Did I get a little jumpy and take it out early? I might have. Just be prepared for the next one. It's outside the Bollinger Band, so we got to be a little bit more patient right now. Just want to pull this way off. Alright, yeah. Would have definitely taken my stop. Yeah. We can see here the next area. I liked that it pulled outside, but it did have distance to snap back to here. We know those snapbacks can be pretty significant. Oh, something happened. My recording stopped, so I started a new one here. Oh, my phone's ringing. Of course. Okay. So I set the first spot a little bit up here. I kind of chased it, and I knew that I really wanted to be in this a little bit at a better spot, so I put a limit order down here and let it wait. And, you know, this first one I got in, I should have gotten out with both of them up here. There were plenty of signs. I wanted to wait, knowing that it was going to pull back a little bit, pulled back much, much further than I initially anticipated, being as it was pulling right into that small EMA on the 10946, which is where we expect things to happen. So, we should really be anticipating this to continue up. It may take this first one out because I really did chase it. This next one should be pretty safe. I'm really liking the way this MACD is pushing up. I am working from my bed this morning, and I feel like I'm sitting really, really far from my screen, which may be a little bit of what's influencing me to make a little bit different decisions than usual. So I'm about to move it in towards the screen. All right. I really do still believe this is going up, even if it takes out this one. Oh, yeah. Yeah, had I not chased this one, I've been... This bar pulled back. I was like, okay, let's go, let's go. And I actually clicked market order to get into that one because I was afraid I was going to lose it or miss it. And then I set a limit order just right here where I really wanted to take the trade from. This is not giving a great big push-up that we want to see. I like how this is at the bottom Bollinger Band, though, and can really just pop right back up from here. MACDs are angled to the upside, could really very easily pop that top Bollinger Band. So I think we're in the clear. I think I was just a little, I wasn't early here. I just hesitated on the exit. I was late on this one. So we're just going to watch it. It's time to play with these. I'm going to pull this one way up here. Oh yeah, here we go. The 10946 is doing great. We pulled back in outside that Bollinger Band. This one's starting to work its way to the upside. Don't think this one's too pretty. I hope it doesn't drop off the edge there. Still right here in the same spot. What you have to tell yourself, guys, nothing's changed. Everything is exactly the same as it was when I entered this trade. Yeah, this price pulled back and it gave me what looked like a negative result. So it can be a little scary sometimes. But the reasons you entered haven't changed. There was even another really great entry right here, right now. Even more fun. Let's just kind of, I don't anticipate it to go all that way because I don't have I struggle to hold on that long, I guess you could say. But let's watch it. Spread things out, give us some space to run, rolling off that bottom Bollinger Band. All we need to do is pop this top one. Okay, there's our first target taken out. Pulling up to this resistance area. MACDs are looking good for breaking through. We need to break through this top Bollinger Band. We're rolling off this bottom. Could easily break through this top one here. 233. Okay. I was looking at how far ahead they are. Take this next one out at the area, I believe. Get it right up there to pull up and pop it out at 2 points. All right. Just looking at the possibilities, what it's telling me about this area. And it's just a line that I've drawn here, but you can see that line is doing its job. Actually, I took those out because I think I moved them wrong. I took them out 1.25 and 1.5. Put these two together. If this pushes off through here, what you do is you come in, you go 2 ticks behind here. But we're waiting. We want to see this push off through here. So once it pushes up past this area, I'm going to move my risk. 2 ticks behind here will put me right above break even. This might be a good time to go ahead and do it anyways, because this is kind of like last chance hotel. If it doesn't push through here and it pulls back, I'm not going to stay in this trade. So I'd rather make sure that I exit with a little bit of profit than a little bit of a loss or a break even. Even. This next BB has to pop up. Looking at this. Come on, babies, pop up. Pop up for mama. You gotta talk to him, sing to him sometimes, let him know that you still care. Not digging this, not pushing through. So just for my sanity, I'll go ahead and take that one out. Really want to hold this and let it run, but I do not like the way the MACDs have rolled inside of the Bollinger Band. We haven't popped this top one yet. Could really pull back into this area before it goes. Could really pull back and just touch this EMA and go. But if it does, it'll take me out with a little bit of profit. So this is one of my personal struggles. I have a very, very good inclination that this is going to continue up. Holding through everything, waiting for it, is a whole different ball game. I need to be out of this trade, I think. I'm just going to let it come back and touch it if it needs to. Pull that in a little bit so I can see this a little more clearly without having to reset it every time. This is a very, very weak pullback in the MACDs right here. No pullback whatsoever here. What I anticipate is this popping the top Bollinger Band, but it could just as easily pop the bottom. I mean, this may be a jerk us around all day right in this area day. There we go. All right. Well, I have a student I need to be with. Let's see how we did. 5.75. All right. So first trade. Let me go ahead and mark these here and watch. Yeah. And you can see it's got a lot of space to snap back here. It could possibly snap back and then take off. It didn't pop that top Bollinger Band. But all in all, we made some profit today. So let's see. First trade is, I got a point, then minus 0.75. Next one, let's just kind of run these down. There's a 1.25, 1.5, 2 points, and 0.75. So, you know, could I have taken a little bit more off of it? Sure. I'm really good with 5.75. There were 1, 2, 3 entries with 6 exits. And that was all in a matter of 30 minutes. 5.75. And we're done. Now what's probably going to happen is it's going to take off through this area. It's finally going to break through. Actually, I'm supposed to be on a call with somebody right now, which I messaged him while we were here and saying, hey, I'll be with you in a bit. So I'll get this video up a little later on for y'all today because I do have quite a few things to take care of. But, yeah. And you can see, guys, you know, you can make mistakes. This exit, the second exit should have been right in here. The small bar, the reversal, the divergence, everything was a sign. I'm just really, really working on my, you know, staying in a little bit longer, kind of like this right here. But you could see maybe what I was doing before wasn't so bad because staying in a little bit longer is tougher for me, especially when I manage my risk the way I do. You know, if you're going to leave your risk with a huge, huge risk on it being somewhere back here, you're golden. And there's lots of people who do that, but I am not willing to risk that much. Here we are probably at the spot where it is time to continue at the 0 line. We're rolling to that bottom Bollinger Band. We're still up here. Yeah. And had I put this at a break even, I would have been taken out by now. I'll let this run for just a moment because I just want to see. I want to look at the really quick. Yeah, it just looks too jumbled here. You can't really get a good clear picture whenever you turn it on. All right. Here's the spot. It's just finding different strategies to hold on a little bit longer and not let the fear take over. I mean, it happens for everybody. And you notice I don't typically do things where I hold on this long, and it's because I'm trying something a little different. We got to learn all the time. You got to be constantly evolving and always learning. I am always learning. Hopefully you will be too. I learn from my students. I'm not going to lie. I learn from my students. They come in and say, oh, I see this. And I'm like, all right. So I have to see that too in order to teach them how to use it properly. And a lot of times that teaches me how to use it properly too. So, you know, always learning. If you think that you know it all, then you're doomed. Yeah. So, well, I hope y'all have a fabulous weekend. Happy Friday, everyone. It's been a pretty profitable week. Feeling pretty good about it. And I hope that we catch you on the flip side.